So today, we're going to dive deep into the world of the number two. This is an archetype that's all about sensitivity, intuition, and a really deep sense of connection. We're not talking about ambition or force here. This is a story about the quiet, incredible strength that comes from harmony and feeling. This quote just gets right to the heart of it. The way a two moves through the world isn't about conquering it or forcing their will onto it. Nope. It's about sensing it, feeling it, kind of merging with it to find their place in the natural flow of things. It's all about being receptive, not aggressive. Everything they do is guided by this inner compass of intuition and emotional information. It's what gives them that gentle quality. But you should absolutely not mistake that gentleness for weakness. There's this incredible resilience that comes from being so tuned in to all the little subtleties of the world around them.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about the two worlds of a number two, because there's often this huge difference between the person you see on the outside and the complex reality of what's happening on the inside.
So, to everyone else, they can seem like a picture of calm, just this incredibly supportive person. But on the inside, their nervous system is like a highly sensitive radar, constantly scanning the emotional weather in the room. They feel the tension building long before anyone else even notices. And this really shows you the personal cost of keeping up that calm exterior. People see the considerate, easygoing nature, right? What they don't see is all the work going on behind the scenes, the needs, the feelings that are being pushed down just to keep everything and everyone else feeling harmonious. This way of being just naturally flows into how they think. A two thinks in terms of connections. It's like before they even say something, they're running a little simulation in their head. How is this going to make people feel? How will this decision affect the group? And that's exactly why aggression or coldness feels so awful to them. It's the complete opposite of their nature.
So, how does this all play out in the real world? Let's take a look at where this sensitivity shows up every day, at work and at home.
It's no surprise, right? A two absolutely thrives in places where their emotional intelligence is seen as a major asset. Think about it. Team settings, counseling, HR, teaching, diplomacy. These aren't just jobs for them. They're callings that use their natural gifts for connection and empathy. But you flip that around and put a two in a cutthroat, win-at-all-costs kind of place, it's like their battery just drains instantly. High-conflict situations are just emotionally and physically exhausting for them because it goes against their core need for connection and safety. Their relationship with money can be pretty revealing too. Because they hate conflict so much, they'll often avoid negotiating for what they're really worth. And the big lesson here, the one they really have to learn, is that taking care of their own financial stability isn't selfish. Actually, it's what creates the safe foundation they need to create harmony everywhere else. And when it comes to their personal relationships, wow, a two's love it's a powerful thing. It's about being truly present, really tuned in to how their partner is feeling, and offering this incredible, unwavering support. And you can imagine, right? When you connect that deeply, your biggest fear becomes rejection or abandonment. It would feel like a part of you is being cut off. And here it is, the big struggle for a two. The very things that would actually protect them, saying no, expressing their own anger, putting their own needs first, feel like they could threaten the very connection they value more than anything. It's a tough spot to be in. So what happens when that internal conflict just gets to be too much? When a two is totally overwhelmed or hurt? Well, they can slip into their shadow side. The thing about these shadow traits is that they're just their greatest strengths twisted into weaknesses. That beautiful desire to support others, it warps into obsessive people-pleasing. Their open heart dissolves, and suddenly they have no boundaries. That gentle nature leads them to suppress their anger until it just poisons them from the inside, and they can completely lose who they are in other people's needs. When you boil it all down, it comes to this. They trade who they really are for what looks like peace. But it's a fake peace, you know? It's fragile, and it's bought at the huge personal cost of their own authenticity. But hey, that is not where this story has to end. Not at all. There is a path forward. A way to take all that powerful sensitivity and turn it into a genuine, incredible strength. This is the journey to becoming a healthy, mature two. And listen, mastery for a two isn't about becoming less sensitive. It's the opposite. It's about learning how to use that sensitivity with wisdom. A mature two can say no, and know that it's an act of self-respect, not an act of rejection. They stay deeply connected to others, but they don't lose themselves in the process. This right here, this is the light bulb moment. This is the whole game changer. Real, lasting harmony isn't about making everyone else happy while you suffer. It has to include your own peace, your own needs, your own well-being. You have to be part of the equation. So the journey is all about relearning a few key truths, like understanding that not all conflict is a disaster, realizing that your needs are valid and you absolutely deserve to express them, seeing that boundaries actually make relationships stronger, not weaker, and maybe the biggest one of all, reframing sensitivity not as a weakness, but as a type of genius-level emotional intelligence. And when they do this work, the transformation is just profound. A 2 stops being a doormat and starts being an anchor. Their presence becomes this grounding force for everyone around them. Their compassion, now guided by wisdom and strong boundaries, becomes this powerful, essential gift to their family, their work, and their community. So, if any of this is ringing true for you, if you accept that fundamental idea that real harmony must include you, here's a question to sit with. What is one small need, just one, that you've been swallowing, that you're going to choose to express this week?